Hi folks, today we've got another video from the Irrigation guy. We're going to be looking at two-wire troubleshooting. This is my two-wire setup for a bench test. I've got my two-wire path coming into my controller, my red and black wires, and then I've got my two-wire path here, starting here with number 1 and finishing over here with valve number 10. As you see in this video, there are 3 types of two-wire faults we can have. Short circuit, fault to ground, or a broken wire. In this video, we'll discuss 3 different types of faults you could have on your two-wire path. The 3 faults are a wire break, a fault to ground, or a short circuit. To troubleshoot these, we're going to use the same process. And I'll go over that process here in just a second. But before I start with that, I want to talk about your milliamp clamp meter. In order to do a great job at two-wire troubleshooting, you need a good milliamp clamp meter. This is the Armada Pro 95. There are other companies that make great clamp meters as well. But make sure it's a milliamp clamp meter. Right there, you see milliamps. So I'm going to turn my meter to that. Now the other big step is make sure you're not clamping onto both wires. If this is my two-wire path and I clamp on to here, I'm not going to be able to read my wires. I'm going to clamp onto one wire at a time. Okay? Let's give it a try here with this controller. I'm going to clamp on to my black wire, and then I'm going to clamp on to my red wire, and I'm going to read the readings on here. Now right now my path is in good shape, so it's reading about 0.9 on both the black and the red wire. But let's see what happens when we put a fault into it. Right now I'm going to clamp onto my black wire. And now my screen is going to read something totally different. Let's take a quick look. It's at 332.26. And 326 again. It's the same value. It's high on both the red and the black. So what I'm going to do now is go halfway down my path. So in my little world, it's only a couple feet down here. And I'm going to clamp on to either the red or black wire. Now I have a value of 0. So now I'm going to go halfway back towards my controller and clamp onto the path again. I have a value of 326. My problem is going to be further out, so let's clamp here. All right, between my valves 4 and 5, you can see that my reading on my two-wire path drops from 326 to 0. So beyond valve 5, I have serious problems. Guess what? My problem is going to be right here in this decoder. It's a shorted decoder, or my red and black wires are touching each other somewhere. Next, let's try a fault to ground. Again, I'm going to start at the clock. On my red wire, I'm reading 350. On my black wire, I'm only reading 0.17. Okay, that tells me I've got a fault to ground and my problem is going to be on the red wire. So from now on, I'm only going to clamp onto the red wire. Let's see what happens when I go halfway down the path. 280. Still the problem is further down the path. Let's go down here and find out what happens. Whoa, it dropped way off. Guess my problem is closer back to the middle of the path. Let's try here. Yep, still really low. Let's try right here. Wow, super high. I bet I've got a problem somewhere around valve number 7. Probably I've got water in the valve box and a bad wire connection, or maybe I've got a wire that's been hit by something. Maybe a building was installed over the wire path. Who knows? Lastly, I'm going to show you what it looks like when you have a wire break. I'm going to clamp on it the controller. Now normally at the controller we would be about 0.9, but look at that, we're at 0.28. Let me check the other wire. Yeah, it's the same. So that tells me I have less draw on the path. Let's head down here halfway down the path and see what happens. Whoa, that went right to 0. My problem must be closer to the controller. Ooh, I still have a reading here. But I drop off after valve 3. Right here, we've either got a broken wire inside of maybe a gel cap, or maybe we've had something actually go all the way through the wire. Or maybe we don't have a connection that's connected. Those could be some of your problems. Alright folks, that's it. Hey, thanks for watching our 2-wire troubleshooting video today.